Yanik is becoming a father.
Very, very soon,
Look at
actually.
that. Oh my god, look huge. I've never been bigger.
By the way, my teeth are better again from my wisdom teeth removal.
He can finally smile.
I can smile again.
And today we're going to talk about how I told Yanik that he's becoming a dad.
So first of all, I feel excited about being back on YouTube. A little bit nervous. Who knows if anybody's still interested?
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a very long time.
But this is for the ones that are still interested. For our parents. Hola, ma.
Then how do you feel about being back on YouTube?
I feel rusty as hell.
Me too.
I feel like I'm not used
what am
to
I doing
looking.
here?
But I'm excited. I missed it, I gotta say.
I miss it too.
Story time.
Story time. Here we go. How I found out that Joss is pregnant.
Go.
I should just start?
I already explained how I found out. This is your time to shine. I'm just here for emotional support.
God, I hate talking, dude. In the last video, Joss already showed you that we were trying to get pregnant while we were on our honeymoon. Because what better time is there to get pregnant than the honeymoon? We were in Bali on Nusa Lembongan.
No, we don't have to explain why we tried to get pregnant.
No, that's where you took the test.
Okay. I thought you were gonna give extreme detail.
Okay. In Nusa Lembongan, she took the pregnancy test. The test came out negative. I wasn't there when she took it. I was at the beach living my life while she was in our hotel room taking the test.
Did you think we were pregnant?
Yeah, I actually thought maybe we would be pregnant because she felt all the symptoms that there are to feel.
Yes, I was delusional, dude.
I probably thought there's a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
I wasn't there, but Joss told me afterwards when I came back from the beach. I wasn't too disappointed because it was just the first time. For some people it takes a year or longer.
Yeah.
So she told me I was fine with it. Obviously, what am I supposed to say? Like, my expectations were set realistically.
I was also kind of fine, but I feel like I was a tiny bit more disappointed than you because I really felt pregnant.
1 month later, Joss took another test without me knowing. And that time we were in Amsterdam. We love Amsterdam. Our plan was to go back to Amsterdam once a year, but we haven't been there for like 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
But this year we went and I had no idea that Joss was gonna take the test. Joss didn't feel pregnant at all. So I didn't expect anything.
I feel like that month, I also didn't make it such a big deal. The first month that we tried, I was checking the apps and telling you all about it. Every day I was telling you like baby, baby, baby stuff.
Yeah.
And then next month I chilled.
Yeah, Joss took the test very early in the morning while I was still sleeping. She tried to be very silent, but apparently while she was opening the test, it was super loud. Luckily, I'm sleeping with earplugs sometimes. The apartment where we stayed at was a friend's place and he had cats.
And the cats were loud.
The cats were meowing, yeah, so I definitely had earplugs in my ears. I didn't hear anything what Joss was doing. Good for you. So I woke up that day like it's any other day. Everything was normal. We were having breakfast. I don't even know what I did. I think I worked actually.
Yes.
On my computer for a while.
Did you notice me?
No.
Being weird or anything?
Not at all.
I was surprised at myself at how normal I was. Like I was fooling around. I was being like silly. And I had this secret inside of me.
Yeah,
Secrets.
like it's crazy that it didn't show at all.
And then?
And then Joss was waiting for me to take a shower. I took a long time. I probably took it around 1 or 2 p.m., I guess.
It was so hard for me to know when to tell the news to you because we're always together 24/7. We basically don't have privacy with each other. Like it's very rare that you are in a room and I'm in a different one and you don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So the best time to do it was when you shower because you tend to take a long time to get ready.
No, I don't.
Well, not in the shower, but when you come out, you to dry your hair, to shave, and this and that. You take so long, even longer than me, to get ready.
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Not at all.
Really?
No.
So while Yanik showered, I thought, it's go time. Well, I didn't have anything to show him that we are pregnant, like baby clothes or anything sweet like that. I thought about buying something, but as I tell you, like we're always together, so it was impossible.
Yeah.
So I found some towels and I found a video on YouTube on how to fold them to make them look like a teddy bear. This is a teddy bear. I made them with towels because I don't have anything here. Actually, I got that right now because he's using the hairdryer. So I made 2 or 3 teddy bears and then I put them there on the bed. I made a little thing on the computer. I made this little sign that said you're gonna be a father. You're exciting. I had taken 2 pregnancy tests, like I showed you in the previous video, but I took an extra one because I just needed more stuff there. I needed to be more clear. So I took another one, and that one was also very positive from a different brand, so you would have no doubts.
Okay.
And I put them there. And in Thailand, we went to a souvenir store where they had little elephants. And I told Yanik, I want to buy something for our future baby. And I said, if we cannot get pregnant, I'm just going to give them away to family members and stuff. So I brought them with me to Amsterdam because I knew...
Well done.
I knew around those days, it was when I could get a positive test. And I put them all around the bed. And then I set up the camera. Yanik took forever to come out of the shower. You took so long, dude. Like an extra
a normal
hour.
person. No.
Yes.
No, not at all.
And then I was very scared that Yanik would come in the room naked. Because sometimes he leaves all his clothes in the suitcase. And he comes out of the bathroom completely naked. Running around. Covering.
Oh my god. But not in this apartment because they had cameras in the apartment setup.
I was hoping you would remember the cameras and you would come into the room looking presentable.
And I did.
It was a risk.
With the shirt open, but I mean, who doesn't want to see this?
That's how I got pregnant.
First, you have to tell me how nervous you were before I came in.
I was pretty nervous, but I was nervous for like all the risk factors. Like you would come in and you would be naked, or that you would hear something. And I don't know. I was very nervous. And then I was annoyed because I could hear you closing the door and like, I don't know, flushing the toilet, let's say. And I was like, it's go time. And I was ready like this with the camera. And then I hear the hairdryer again. And I'm like... And then again, and you would close the door. And then you would be doing something again in the bathroom. Oh, it took so long. It felt like ages.
I secretly knew that I had to get presentable. I had no clue. I got out of the bathroom. I went into the bedroom where I just had set up everything. And the first thing I saw was a computer on the bed. And it said, like, there was that photo that just prepared. And it said, can't wait to meet you, Dad. And I mean...
It's like you're back there.
What? No. No way. What? Like, came out of nowhere. I understood directly what that meant.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe it. What the heck?
It took you long to make it make sense in your brain.
Yeah. If news like that come out of nowhere and you don't expect a thing, like, you just shocked. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
You were like, oh man.
And then I looked at you and I was like,
Are you sure?
like, is this a joke?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? No, it was shocking, but very, very exciting. Since we wanted to get pregnant, it was not like a negative shock, it was a very positive shock. Oh God! Oh God, my arms! You're so... Yeah! I felt it in my arms at one point. I was like, I couldn't believe that I was gonna become a father.
You're freaking...
What are we doing?
And then you looked at me and I was crying. I was losing it. The minute I saw him looking at it, like he did like... I was...
You're also like breathing super fast. Oh, it's not the bed.
You're not shaking that much. You're ready to your...
You're shaking so much.
And you didn't cry?
No, I didn't cry.
It's surprising. We'll see if you cry when the baby is born.
We'll see. Yeah.
He's not a crier. Like...
I'm not a crier. It was very surprising that I cried at our wedding.
Yes.
When you walked down the aisle.
It was a plot.
And I cried ugly, dude.
I've never seen you cry like that either.
And I couldn't control my face. It was a super weird feeling.
No, for me, it was very sweet. But you were like... Because you were smiling. So you were like...
Yeah. Yeah, I think it took me a long time to actually believe it.
And it's a very strong line.
That's pretty strong. No, I kind of believed it, but on the other side, also not. Wow, yeah.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
You're gonna have a little baby.
So in there,
It's here.
somewhere, something growing. Hello? Like, it doesn't make sense. 10 minutes ago, we were just living our lives like normal people. You look exactly the same. And suddenly you're pregnant. Suddenly there's supposed to be something in there. So how am I supposed to just like, oh wow, okay, this is shocking.
I think that's probably the most shocked I've ever seen you. And then afterwards, we wanted to kind of celebrate. So we went out.
Yeah, it was very nice that we were in Amsterdam because we love Amsterdam. And walking around there was very nice after receiving that news. We took some photos. I took some photos of Joss holding her belly. That looks exactly the same as before.
I didn't have a belly at that point.
No, not at all. And then we went to a restaurant, an Italian place to celebrate. It was very nice.
We had pizza and then we had to look up what am I allowed to eat, what am I not allowed to eat.
We were not sure because it had like salami on top. But we figured out if it's cooked or fried or whatever, it's fine.
It's fine, yeah. And then we went to a store and we went to the baby section.
We wanted to buy something for our baby.
As a reminder, Inago? Ah, there it is.
We bought something. It's right there behind the camera, yeah. It was exciting. Growing up, I was and I am a huge Disney fan of the old
Mickey, Minnie.
comics like Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse. So I'm very excited for our baby to get into that too.
I felt super weird in the baby store. I felt like I was in a different world.
Yeah.
I had no idea what any of the things that were there were and like what do we have to buy. I had no clue. That's why we didn't end up buying any clothes. We just ended up buying something very neutral that we liked. Kind of, it's more for us, I feel like, for the memories.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, in the beginning we didn't even know what was gonna be ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew we were gonna have to go to the gynecologist a bunch of times, to the doctors, and make a bunch of tests. But we didn't know that Joss is gonna have morning sickness.
Yeah, horrible. Hypermeresis gravidarium.
Something like that.
Wasn't fun. And yesterday I threw up again. But it was a magical day in Amsterdam.
It was awesome. It was an awesome day. A day we'll never forget.
Crazy.
Crazy.
And that's how Yanik figured out he's gonna become a dad.
At that point we didn't know if it's gonna be a boy or a girl. Now we know what's gonna be. If you wanna know, subscribe to our channel.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to make a video about how the first trimester went and what we have been up to, because we actually did a lot of crazy things with our lives throughout the pregnancy that we haven't really told you about.
So a lot of stuff to come. Subscribe to our channel and we'll see you in the next one. Adios, muchachas.
Tschüss. Well,